If you're a young professional, have you ever felt just a little dissatisfied with your job, your money, your life in general? It can really feel like all these different parts of your life just aren't talking to each other. Well, today we're going to dive into Roger Ma's book, Work Your Money, Not Your Life, and find a really practical way to connect all those dots.
Yeah, this quote, it just nails it, doesn't it? It's that feeling of being at a crossroads, where the life you have right now and the life you really want feel miles apart. And that feeling, that imbalance, that's what we're digging into today.
So let's just put it out there. Does this sound familiar to you? If it does, you are definitely not alone. But the great news is, there's a really clear starting point for getting everything back into alignment. So here's the big idea from the book. Before you can figure out your dream career or your life goals, you've got to start with your money. And look, this isn't about being restrictive or stressing you out. It's about empowerment. And it all begins with something the author calls your financial report card.
And what's so important to get here is that this is not about judging your past choices. Not at all. It's about building a solid foundation so you can make awesome choices for your future. It's a simple tool designed to give you clarity and, most importantly, control.
So, what even is this financial report card? Well, just think of it like a quick snapshot of your financial health. It's a simple summary built on just 4 key numbers that lets you see exactly where you are and helps you chart a course to where you want to be. And hey, if the numbers aren't what you hoped they'd be, that is totally okay. This isn't some final grade, it's just the starting line. All right, so here are the 4 big grades on that report card. We're going to be looking at your net worth, your burn rate, your financial runway, and your credit score. Don't let the terms scare you. We're going to break down exactly what each one means, nice and simple. Let's start.
Okay, first up, net worth. This is kind of the big one, the ultimate bottom line. It's a single number that really captures your entire financial world in one big picture.
And I love how the book just cuts through all the jargon here. Net worth is really just asking a simple question. How much money do you have? It gets right to the point. It's not about how much you make, it's about your total wealth. And the math is just as simple. It's your assets. That's everything you own that has value. Cash in the bank, investments, your car, minus your liabilities, which is just a fancy word for everything you owe, like student loans or credit card debt.
That's it. 3 easy steps. You just add up everything you own, add up everything you owe, and then do one simple subtraction. And that number you're left with, that's your net worth. It's your starting point. Even if it's a negative number, no judgment. Now you know exactly where you stand.
Okay, so next on the list is your burn rate. And if net worth was like a snapshot, think of your burn rate as the movie of your finances. It shows you where your money is actually going month after month.
And again, let's keep it simple, just like the book does. Your burn rate is just what you spend. By understanding your spending, you get to control what you save. This isn't about cutting out lattes or anything like that. It's about being intentional and knowing where your money is going so you're in control. And getting this number is super straightforward. You just track your spending for a bit, sort it into a few simple categories, and then see how it stacks up against what you earn. Suddenly, boom, you have this crystal clear picture of your financial habits. And that clarity, that's power. Okay, this next metric is huge. This is where it all starts to click. This is where the numbers on the page start to translate into actual real-world freedom. It's all about figuring out how many options you really have. Your financial runway. It's the answer to a really simple but powerful question. If your income just stopped today, how many months could you cover all your expenses with the money you have saved up? It's your safety net, measured in months.
And this is the cool part. Look how it all connects. You take that net worth we figured out earlier, divide it by your monthly burn rate from the last step, and that gives you your financial runway. See how each piece builds on the last? It's awesome.
All right, so you've got this number. A few months, maybe more, maybe less. So what? Why does this one number matter so much? Why is it such a potential game changer for your career and your life?
I mean, really think about it. It's your safety net. It's the freedom to survive a surprise layoff without totally panicking. It's the power to say no to a toxic boss. It's having the courage to leave a stable but boring job for a startup you're passionate about, or even take a pay cut for work that actually fills you up. Your runway isn't just a number on a spreadsheet. It's a measure of your freedom. And all of this financial clarity, it gives you one of the most powerful things you can have, the freedom to actually choose. It lets you smash those old, tired career myths that keep so many of us feeling trapped. And just look at the shift in thinking it creates. The old myth says you've got to climb that corporate ladder, right? Well, the reality is, a long runway means you can jump to a whole different ladder, or heck, build your own. The myth talks about work-life balance. The reality is, financial freedom helps you find work that doesn't feel like something you need to constantly escape from. The idea of one true calling gets replaced by the stability to explore lots of different paths. So just by going through these steps, by taking the time to calculate these numbers, you've already done something amazing, something most people never get around to. You've created your very own financial report card. You have a much clearer picture of where you stand, and you have the tools to get where you want to go. And that really brings us to the final and honestly the most important question of all. This report card, it isn't the end. It's not a grade to feel good or bad about. It's a foundation. It's the solid ground you've just built for yourself. So the only question left is, what are you going to build on it?